YouTube? It is your boy Z Got Keys, back at it again with another YouTube video. This session we're going to go over hard money versus private money. So in real estate investing, having relationships with money is key. If you are investing in real estate, there are three things that you need to have. You need to have the deal, you need to have money, and you need to have contractors. So we're going to be talking about the money aspect of it, right? So hard money. Hard money is good. It is good to a certain extent. Private money is really the secret sauce to scaling a flipping business or just real estate in general, and investing in real estate and being able to do multiple deals over and over, month by month, without becoming cash poor. So real estate is a very cash intensive business, and you can use your money, which ultimately is the best thing, because you don't have to be obligated to pay anybody any fees, but you can get to a point where you have more opportunities than you do money. At that point, what do? You need to leverage other people's money, which is how you grow and scale to become, a guru, or, a multimillionaire, billionaire investor. I mean, all the millionaires and billionaires, they leverage other people's money. So getting started out, I used not private money, I used hard money to fund my flips and fund my rentals. And hard money is great. There are pros and there are cons to hard money. So some of the pros to hard money is that hard money is easily accessible. I mean, you can go to any meetup, you can go to any title company. Anybody that's in real estate can generally tell you who they use for hard money, and you find them pretty much anywhere if you're in the real estate industry. Sometimes they advertise themselves as private money, and that's not true. The key question to ask somebody that says, they're private money is, are you lending your own money, or are you lending an institution's money? And that will kind of help you gauge on whether or not this person is true private money or if this person's a hard money lender. So a hard money lender, obviously, they're easily accessible. It's a pro. They don't use credit too often. Some do, some don't. But they're not really keen on credit. It's more about the asset and what the deal numbers look like to them, more than your credit and your financials. But you do need to prove to them that you do have the ability to pay them back, which can also be a con, right? So another pro, though, is that they close pretty quickly. So if you need that money right now, typically they can close within 7, 5, maybe even the same day. Sometimes these hard money lenders can close. And basically it's unlimited funds. Like hard money, they're lending a group of investors money or an institution's money. And I mean, they're pumping out deals and money all day long for these deals, and they're hungry for them. So you can't run out of hard money. You can't. Now, on the con side of hard money, it's expensive. I mean, the fees are outrageous, guys. I mean, we're talking not just origination fees. Origination fees are normal, not just to hard money, but also private money. But there's other fees on top of that. We're talking doc prep fees, admin fees, appraisals. Sometimes hard money brokers and institutions, they want appraisals, like formal appraisals that you have to pay out of your own pocket, $500, $700, inspection fees. There's a lot of fees, just miscellaneous fees that you have to pay for at close, and it can get expensive. Then on top of that, sometimes they're even going to want a down payment. A lot of hard money institutions, they are wanting anywhere between 5 to 10%, even sometimes 20% down. Sometimes they'll pay for your rehab, but they're going to want you to put down X amount, 5%, 10% for their purchase price. Some hard money lenders, if you build a good relationship long enough, like mine's, they do 100% of the purchase price and the repairs. So essentially, you would just have to pay the expensive and outrageous fees that they charge, but they're going to pay sometimes for 100% of your project, but not all of them. Most of them charge at least 5 to 10%. So that it can get expensive for sure, and they're not really negotiable, guys. I mean, hard money, they make the rules. They're lending the money. They have the money. They make the rules. So they're not, especially if you're dealing with them the first time or even a couple times, they're not going to be that negotiable with you. And there's certain things that they can't do, like lend on second position or roll over to an amortized note. Usually they're simple interest only, couple points, 12, 14% simple interest every single month, and they're not as flexible as private money. They can get a little bit flexible as you do more deals with them, but it takes building a relationship with them and just multiple deals over time for you to be able to tweak some numbers. But again, you're not going to be able to get really creative with hard money as you can with private money. So if you're looking for recommendations of hard money lenders, Wildcat is a common name that I see here in Texas. So they finance up to 95% loan to cost. Okay, so that basically means you have to put down 5%. It says up to 95%. So technically, you got to be careful with this language when you're reading this, guys. If you're just beginning and you've never done a deal with them, they're probably going to say 10% down. I'm guessing up to is probably their VIP program for people that do multiple deals with them. But this is essentially what they're advertising. And they do 70% of LTV. So what that means is they're going to lend you 95%, up to 95%, if you are buying that deal at 70% with your purchase price and your repairs including at 70% of what the ARV of that property is. So if your retail value is $100,000, that means you have to buy it at $70,000 for them to even consider loaning you 95%. Okay? My favorite hard money company, and the one that I'm currently doing a deal with right now, is Longhorn Investing. So Longhorn Investing, my recommendation, you work with Ryan. These guys are much more cost efficient. I've been building a relationship with them for a couple years now. So they're better for me because they're lending at 100% of loan to cost at 75% LTV. So what that means is they're going to lend me 100% of the money, not 5. I don't have to bring down 5%, 10%, none of that. They're lending me 100% of the money at 75%, meaning that I can give the seller a better deal using Longhorn because they're lending me 75% instead of 70%. The only thing that I have to pay for, obviously, is the cons of hard money, is all these ridiculous fees, right? So lender's fees, you got your origination fee, admin fee, credit report fee, flood cert, loan docs, all these fees, $5,000 in total for fees alone. Then you have insurance, right? Then you have your title fees that you have to pay for. And then you have other fees, right? Recording fees, survey, these fees can add up. So total, all in all, I'm spending $8,000 on a $200,000 house. So, and that's great, right? So that's one of the reasons why I do like Longhorn. But my favorite, again, is private money. Private money all day. So with private money, so I love private money because there are a lot more pros than there are cons to private money. Let's start with the cons for private money. Private money is not easily accessible. Okay, you're gonna have to build relationships with people. You're gonna have to find them, and it's a relationship. It is what it is. Sometimes it takes time to build relationship. It's not something that just happens out of thin air. Unless you have a uncle, aunt, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa that has money that they're willing to invest with you, or a family friend that knows you, that's trust you, that have shared your vision and your dreams, and they trust their money with you already off the bat, which you probably already have some. I'm willing to bet you probably have a couple people in your contacts list right now that can lend money for you, but sometimes you don't, and you're going to have to find other people and build relationships with them, which takes time. The other side to that too is, they're not Jeff Bezos, right? So they run out of money quickly. So, if you have multiple projects going on, maybe your your private money lender is going to run out of money off your first project, and they're not going to have money for you until the next 6 to 12 months or whenever you cash them out. So they tend to run out of money pretty quickly. As hard money, there's unlimited funds there. But the pros to private money: very little money or no money out of pocket. Honestly, guys, you can get paid to buy real estate. Get paid to buy real estate. I mean, when I did one of my first private money deals, guys, my subject to deal, I got paid to buy. Who do you know gets paid to buy real estate? Not very many people. But when you build relationships with private money and you show them that you're a trustworthy individual and that you are a good steward of their money, they will give you what you ask for, because they're getting a return, really good returns on their money, and they have advantages to that. So with private money, they're a little bit more negotiable. Well, a lot more negotiable. You can get creative with private money. You can, instead of doing simple interest with private money, where you're paying 12%. So if they loan you $100,000, 12%, you're paying $1,000 every single month, right? With private money, you can sometimes defer those payments. So hey, how about, instead of me paying you $1,000 a month for 6 months, how about I pay you $6,000 once I sell this property, and pay you, 3 points, 4 points, 2 points, or whatever it is you agree to on the back end. So that way you can come to the table, buy a property, fix up this property, not have to pay a dime every single month until that property sells, and then you just give your profit, some of your profit, to your private money individual at the back end when you sell it. So now you're not out of pocket basically anything to get this deal done, which is absolutely amazing. They tend to be able to close quickly, and all around, private money is just the go-to for being able to scale a investing business very quickly and efficiently, and leveraging your resources and your deals to be able to create wealth quicker than you can with your own money. If you're a private money lender and you were going to lend me, let's say $212,000, right? And they're lending me this at 11% interest, basically, right? 11% interest. If you're a hard money lender, or not a hard money lender, a private money lender, and let's say you have $212,000 maybe sitting in a 401k, right? You can lend money out of your 401k. Obviously, you would have to roll it over to a self-directed IRA, and when you roll over your 401k directly over to a self-directed IRA, you don't incur any penalties or fees. So if you were to lend me that money instead of paying or joining a hard money institution, right, to lend that money for you, now you're dealing with the deal provider instead of a middleman, which means now you as the hard money or the private money lender make even more money on your money. Damn, that's a lot of money. I said money like 4 times already. So let's say 212, right? You're lending at the same rates that hard money is lending me, right? Which means if Longhorn, the hard money institution, is lending me 11%, and you're investing in that hard money institution, they're probably going to pay you 9%. Instead, if you come to me, you make that extra 2%, which in turn makes you more money every single month. So just to say 6 months payments, let's say 3 points, right? They're actually lending me at 2 points, but we're going to say 3 points, right? So that means in 6 months, you make a return of 7.5%, okay? In 6 months, you as the private money investor, you make 7.5% on your money on my deal, okay? Now, if you do that twice, right? You take that same money, you do that twice, now your annualized return is 15%. Where else are you going to make that money? I mean, obviously, if you do the deal yourself, you can make more money than that. But if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily have the time to get into real estate, to learn the intricacies of investing in real estate, dealing with projects, managing contractors, finding the deal, which is a full-time job in itself, then you can leverage your money and your time by finding somebody like me who manages the contractors, the projects, and finds the deals. For you to just come invest with us, you make your 15%, 20% returns every year. Every deal is different. And you sit back and you can just collect these payments every single month, you know, and you will see your account grow over time. Depending on what your goals are, if you're interested in becoming an investor in Pioneer Home Buyers, I'm going to link down in this description below an investor qualification form. I would love for you to fill it out and for us just to hop on a call and see what your goals are and how I can help you on your journey in investing in real estate. I'm all about accomplishing other people's goals. I mean, that's what I do. So if you're interested, you know, fill out that form, shoot me a DM on Instagram at zgotkeys, Z with Z-E-E, got keys on Instagram, and just hit me up and let's talk and let's chat about how we can make you more money. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.